Alright, what up ladies and gents? Welcome to another video by your favorite Asian robot. Alright, and today I stayed inside and played video games. Now, today I'm going to do a how-to sword video because people have been requesting this one. How-to repeaters is coming next. And also, this will serve as a test for the upcoming fire sword build, but we're not going to go into that today. Alright, so, the sword. How do you use the sword effectively? Well, first, let's go understand the sword combos. Move list. As always, move list is where you need to go. Alright? Your light attacks are fast attacks that deal a medium amount of damage, and they are just quick to use. Alright? Heavy attacks can interrupt behemoths, and they cost stamina. Okay, these are slower, but also very useful. Valor. Core combos grant Valor, which allows the use of powerful Valor combos. You must have enough Valor before a Valor combo can be performed. And I'll go through each of the Valor combos, but I'm going to also teach you one very important thing. This ties into both Valor and the special meter, but Valor and the special meter only fills up on the last hit of a combo. It doesn't matter if you hit twice, it doesn't matter if you hit once, only the last hit will grant you Valor and special meter. Okay, I'll demonstrate this. And the special we're going to use is Avenging Overdrive because that's the standard for the sword, okay? I will not be using Valiant Overdrive, obviously, although that's the most basic one because they operate the same anyway, all right? And this is not a showcase of the specials, mods, things like that. There is no real need for that. This is to teach you how to use the sword. Okay, combos. Now, I will have a separate section for mods though because unlike with the chain blades, the swords do have a varying amount of mods, all of which have their own uses, so I will actually go through them. But for the combos, okay, there are two basic combos that you need to understand, all right? Light, light, light gives you one Valor and some special meter. But take note, light, light, no special meter, no Valor. Light, no special meter, no Valor. But if you use light, light, light on the last hit, that is when you are granted special meter and Valor. Keep that in mind. It doesn't matter if you hit twice, if you get interrupted on the third hit, you're not going to get your Valor, alright? The heavy combos go heavy, 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 and you'll get 2 Valor, alright? Let me just set my meter again. 1, 2, 3, you get 2 Valor and special meter, okay? The light combo gives you 1. Okay, now that you understand the two basic combos are what you need to fill up your Valor meter, alright? After that, there are... alright, 4 special moves that will cost you 3 Valor, okay? Crescent Strike. This one is good for a powerful, like, it's a quicker combo than full heavies, and it's used to really hit hard for stagger on the last hit. Very good for staggering behemoths. Resounding Echo is good for building up your meter because it goes on and on and on, and it keeps building up your meter as long as the echo keeps hitting, alright? So it can be very useful for building up meter and also dishing out damage, but it is a slower combo to perform, okay? Blade Rush is done by holding the light attack button, and this is used to gap close, alright? It can give you a little bit of special, but will consume 3 Valor, so be aware of that. And Blade Surge can be used to interrupt behemoths. It's not stated here, alright? But this can be used to interrupt behemoths, alright? The energy projectile can be used to interrupt, and it will cost you 3 Valor. Let me show you the Resounding Echo. Heavy, light, and on the next heavy. Now, keep in mind, that last heavy hit doesn't deal any damage. It stabs the ground, and the damage all comes afterward. Okay? Light, light, heavy is the Crescent Strike. That one will dish out massive damage, massive stagger damage, and it's a much quicker combo to perform than a full heavy set, alright? As you can see, it's just fast. Now, 2 other things you need to be aware of. Dodge and light attack will result in a slight jump, which can increase the distance of your attack. Okay, keep that in mind. Alright? Jumping blades are pretty much the same. Alright? You can dash in, jump blade like that. Okay? The roll on this also has a slight increase in distance. Okay? Like, if you just stand there and do this, you'll move forward a short distance. But if you dodge roll and do this, you can use it as a bit of a gap closer as well. So if the behemoth is not too far away, you don't have to use your Blade Rush. You can just dodge in and do that. Okay? So that about covers it for all of the basic moves. Alright? Now, I'm going to teach you a little bit about the mods and the specials. Excuse me. So, as you always know, the Ardent Cyclone. The Ardent Cyclone is the spin to win one. I have builds with this, all right? Basically, it's simple. You fill up your meter, you can spin round and round and round. Valiant Overdrive and Avenging Overdrive are exactly the same. I'll demonstrate them to you in a little bit, okay? They operate exactly the same, except for the fact that with Valiant Overdrive, instead of a parry, okay, Valiant Overdrive will allow you to dash toward the target, all right? And it also grants you 1 Valor every 4 seconds. This one, okay, does not. Avenging Overdrive does not fill up your Valor, okay? So when your special meter is on, Valiant Overdrive will continuously fill up your Valor. Alright, you still gain 20% attack speed and extra AoE damage, which is the same on both. But this one will fill up your Valor meter and allow you to dash toward the target, okay? It will cost you 1 Valor to dash. The Avenging Overdrive is different. It will allow you to parry a behemoth attack, allowing you to interrupt the behemoth using that parry, as well as granting 1 Valor whenever the parry is successful, but it will not fill up your Valor meter. Please take note of that. And it's got a 2-second cooldown, all right? Okay, now that you understand this, let's go into the mods. Okay, the mods are a separate thing as well. Okay, Recursive Hilt is very useful because it will allow you to use your Blade Rush, I wouldn't say continuously, but it lets you use it more freely because every time you use your Blade Rush, you will start regenerating 3 Valor over the next 9 seconds, which is extremely useful. All right, this is used for people who prefer a continuous fighting style. Dynamic Blade Core is used for people who prefer a little bit of burst damage because basically when you use 1 Valor combo, your next Valor combo will deal an additional 30% damage. But because the buff only lasts for 5 seconds, it has to be a back-to-back. So people will like Blade Rush and then do another Valor and then do a Crescent Strike or something like that. It can be potentially useful, but you have to think about whether or not you want to use it. All right, so that's something to consider. Okay, that's Dynamic Blade Core for you. Charged Sword Focus, all right, is not very useful. I do not like it. Okay, because the point of the Resounding Echo is to improve your special gain. This one puts all the damage at the end, doesn't really help with your special gain, so I don't really like it, and I've never used it. Mending Blade Core is used in a lot of builds to circumvent the need for healing, because every Valor gained or spent restores 30 health. It is very easy to heal with Mending Blade Core, making the swords one of the most newbie-friendly builds. This is why Mending Blade Core features in a lot of the newbie builds that I do. It's so simple to use, and it's just so good, because you don't need Iceborne. You can literally shove all the healing requirements out the window. In fact, the Bastion build for the sword is the only one that doesn't include any form of self-sustain. Why? Because Mending Blade Core is a thing. You don't need it. You can focus purely on damage, all right? So I like that. Last but not least is this one called Keen Edge. After dealing damage with the Blade Surge projectile, increase your movement speed by 25% for 10 seconds. Additionally, after the Blade Surge projectile travels a short distance, the damage is increased by 100%. I have rarely found a use for this. Okay, most of the time I would use Recursive Hilt or Mending Blade Core. Why is Dynamic Blade Core on here? Because I was messing around, all right? But most of the time I would actually use Recursive Hilt, okay? If I'm not using Mending Blade Core, I tend to use Recursive Hilt. All right, that's it. Now, you've seen basically everything, and the last thing I'm going to show you is just the Avenging Overdrive special. Alright, so let's say you've gotten all your Valor and whatnot. Once you trigger Avenging Overdrive, right, every single hit will have Blade Aura around it, therefore allowing you to dish out extra damage and also have extra high attack speed. Alright? This is one of the ways that the sword can actually reach maximum attack speed or close to maximum attack speed with the Fire Cell. Alright, so look forward to that upcoming fire build because this is how it'll look. You can dish out quite a bit of damage, alright? Now, I'm sure you guys have enjoyed this, but now you want to see it in practical combat. Okay, no problem. Let's go do that. Let's go do exactly that. Conundrum Rocks, we're heading in. Level 7 sword, okay. I will go in and demonstrate exactly how to chop down behemoths with a sword build. Now keep in mind that I am indeed using, all right, the upcoming fire build for the sword, and I do not recommend copying it from screenshots of this video or whatever. If somebody else steals the content or decides to put out this fire build after seeing this video, whatever, you know, let them. I don't really give a shit, but I will actually present this build to you guys once it has undergone testing. So keep in mind, one thing which I always do, guys, I test. It may look like I'm using the same leveled stuff every time I go through a build video, but no, I actually don't. Especially with new builds, I will actually test it thoroughly, and I go the entire distance from 1 to 20. I do it off stream, and then once that is done, I will release a build if it's viable. All right? But first and foremost, how do you use the sword in practical combat? Well, I often like to start off with my light combos while I'm not 100% sure of the behemoth. Because if I use the light combos first, it's an easy way for me to be able to evade in case things go wrong. Once I am confident enough, I will go ham. And once I have enough special, I will always parry attacks. So this is gameplay with Avenging Overdrive, so apologies if that was not clear. But using Avenging Overdrive can be very, very devastating in combat, because it allows you to basically just go absolutely ham. Alright, you don't have to worry, you don't have to be concerned, you just go and do your wild shenanigans. But I love Resounding Echo because it just helps you build up your special meters so fast. Alright, it's very, very good. Now, the first time that you enter Avenging or Valiant Overdrive, you will actually perform, if I'm not, no, sorry, Valiant doesn't, but for Avenging Overdrive, right, when you enter into it, it also counts as a parry. So sometimes I will enter Avenging Overdrive at the exact moment when a behemoth is about to hit me, therefore allowing me to properly parry it. Alright, here we go. Time for more shenanigans. Now, the great thing about having your Resounding Blade Core is that you can kind of go freely. Like, if I need to gap close, I can use that just to gain additional meter, and I get my Valor back anyway. So then I'm fully back in, and, you know, just having a good time smacking down behemoths. You can dish out, the sword can dish out a lot of damage, so that's something else to be aware of. Alright, the sword can dish out a fantastic amount of damage if you know what you're doing with it. But you may want to also be aware that the sword does require coordination and technique to properly utilize. Don't just go ham, or life may go badly for you. Alright, the sword is the beginner's weapon, but it's also one of the weapons that people, you know, when they really master it, they do very well. Because it is strong. It's just a strong weapon. Alright? And using it in combat is all about building up your Valor with your basic combos, getting your energy meter right. Use your light attacks when you're not sure if the behemoth is going to attack, because you can cancel it halfway really easily. And then you use your heavy attacks when you're sure that the behemoth is not going to attack you, and you're good to go. That's basically it. Alright? This is basically how to play the sword in a nutshell. Alright, so thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed this demonstration. The sword is a very powerful weapon that can continuously combo attacks if you know how to use it. The breakdown is very simple. Light attacks are used to get yourself into combat, to start building up meter, and also to observe the behemoth, because the light attacks are very fast. Okay? Your heavy attacks are used only when you know that you're not going to take a hit. Now, granted, I do have 20% extra attack speed from the fire cell, so this is a lot faster, but I think it's easier to demonstrate that way as well. If you take out the fire cell, you guys will not have the same attack speed that I do, but that's okay because you can still observe the combat demonstrations for the sword in those specific videos, especially for the easy sword build. You can take a look at the combat demonstration to see how I do it without the extra attack speed, all right? And I highly suggest you watch that. Don't just watch the build section and then, you know, go off and do it. Watch the combat demonstration. You can also watch this how-to sword video to learn the way that we do it, to learn about the combos, to learn about how it's done. Basically, light attacks enable dodging in between. Heavy attacks are when things are slowed down, and then you just go ham with the combos. All right, use the combos freely, mix and match as needed. But you'll notice in combat, I often use a lot of Resounding Echo to build up meter because it's just so good at doing that. And I use a lot of dashes to close the gap. All right, that's basically it. Literally, that's it for the sword, okay? And if you like this tutorial, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you do so, I'll be very happy, okay? If you want to support my content, you can drop a tip via the link in the description of the video. And if you'd like to, all right, I also offer custom builds. Now, as mad as the official people get, custom builds are available for $50, 50 USD. All right, that is the time cost. It will cost me to put together the build, test your build, all right? I don't work for free, unfortunately, but you can have anything you desire, but email me first. realasianrobot@gmail.com if you want to order a custom build. Okay, it's up to you. That's entirely optional. Similarly, heroic escalation carries are also available for 50 USD. That's my time cost as well. All right, hit me up via realasianrobot@gmail.com if you wish to hire my services as a mercenary. Okay? Thank you all very much, and I'll see you on the next video. Y'all have fun now.